11.2, reflections. So a reflection is still a transformation, but it is a transformation that reflects an image over a line. And I usually like to think here like a mirror. So if you hold a mirror up to something, it kind of reflects you into the mirror or over a line. So that's what's happening here. Your line of reflection is the line over which a figure is reflected. So if I have a line of reflection, and then just very simply, let's say I have a line segment, and I'm going to take this line segment and I'm going to reflect it over this line. This point would kind of come over here. This point would kind of come the whole way out here, and my reflection would look something like that. Reflecting horizontal and vertical lines. Number 1, graph triangle ABC with the vertices given and its image after the reflection described. So A, B, C. A is at 1, 3. B is at 5, 2. And C is at 2, 1. And then dotted line, because this is still our pre-image. And we have to reflect this in the line x equals 4. Now, x equals 4 is right here where x is 4. And that line is a vertical line that goes right there. Now, notice that half of our figure is kind of on the left of the line and the other part is kind of on the right of the line. So anything on the left is going to reflect to the right, and anything on the right is going to reflect to the left. So if we're looking at that, A prime is going to reflect, and A prime is sitting over here, so he's got to reflect over here. And the easiest way is to count distance. This is 1, 2, 3. So when you reflect 1, 2, 3, A prime is going to flip over there. Now C is only 1, 2, so we're going to go 1, 2, and he's going to be C prime. And then B is on the right end, so he's got to reflect over to the left, and he's 1 away, so he's going to reflect over here, and that's going to be B prime. And that's our reflection. Then if I go kind of fill in my points, A prime is now at 7, 3. B prime is now at 3, 2. And C prime is now at 6, 1. And at this point, it might be a good idea to pause your video and see if you can figure out a relationship of what happened here. Notice in all of these, 3, 2, and 1 are still 3, 2, and 1. But when you pause your video, how did we get from 1 to 7? How did we get from 5 to 3? And how did we get from 2 to 6? Pause your video and think about it. Example B. We're still using the same triangle, except this time we're going to change the line of reflection. So starting off A, B, C. A is still at 1, 3. B is still at 5, 2. And C is still at 2, 1. Now, this time we are changing the line of reflection to y equals -1. Well, y and -1 are right here, so the line of reflection is going to be right here. So instead of reflecting from left to right like the last one, we're going to be reflecting from top to bottom because we have to reflect over that line. A prime, B prime, C prime. If I'm looking at C, C is only 2 units away, so I'm going to go 2 units away, and that's going to be my C prime. B is 1, 2, 3, so I'm going to keep on that line and go 1, 2, 3. And A is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is A prime. So if you look really carefully at it, it kind of just reflects down. Now, A prime is currently at 1, negative 5. B prime is at 5, negative 4. And C prime is at 2, negative 3. So once again, I want you to pause your video for a minute and look at this. Notice that this time the y values didn't change. You have a 1, you have a 5, you have a 2, you have a 1, you have a 5, you have a 2. But how did we get from 3 to negative 5? How did we get from 2 to negative 4? How did we get from 1 to negative 3? Just pause your video and think about it.